Hello, my name is Consuelo Cardenas, and today we will discuss methods of relationship building in a classroom setting. So, what is the importance of building relationships between an instructor and a student in higher education? An adult learner will come into the classroom environment carrying the weight of their responsibilities of their daily lives. By fostering relationships between students and instructors, it communicates to the student that their efforts are not going unnoticed, but rather they are an important component to the classroom environment. So, what are some best practices for building relationships and rapport with learners in the class? Well, it's always a best practice to remember that your students are human too. Whether the learning environment is an online or an in-person environment, you can demonstrate warmth and openness to your students. Be available to answer questions. Communicate. If you're in person, be mindful of your body language. If you're online, think about the voice that you write in and put yourself in the shoes of the reader to ensure that the information is received in the correct context. So, how do we learn the needs and interests of adult learners? A way that we can learn about our students is by incorporating assignments that will recognize and celebrate the cultural and individual backgrounds of students. You can achieve this by asking learners to provide a life example in discussion questions or in a project. While this method may not completely educate the instructor about a person's culture, it can open the door for meaningful conversations. Now, how do we address a student whose viewpoint might be different than our own? So there's nothing wrong with having a different viewpoint than someone else. In fact, it can be a door to open discussion with your students. Take the time to have a conversation with the adult learner. Why do they feel the way they do? Is there a misunderstanding? If so, explore options that with the student to bridge a gap towards understanding. The classroom should never be a place for condemnation, but rather a place of learning and growth. So, how do we apply a Christian worldview by supporting culture and diversity in the classroom? No matter what the belief system of your student may be, we have to remember that all of our students are image bearers of God. The ability to demonstrate grace in the educational setting does not and should not discriminate. While we may not fully understand the motivations of all our students, it's important to cultivate a culture of peace and respect in the classroom. To strive to be like Christ in our words and deeds, we can display Christ to our students and embrace all that makes us unique. I hope that you enjoyed this brief overview of the methodology of building relationships in the classroom. Thank you for watching.